Today's video about hydrogen water and the importance of molecular hydrogen for our body. Please don't be confused and think that it is about hydrogen peroxide. It is not hydrogen peroxide, it is hydrogen, molecular hydrogen gas. Okay, so quite maybe 30 years ago in former Soviet Union, there was such quite excitement that people were making so-called hydrogen water and oxygen water. This is so they use such simple device like I will show you, like here it is, like you see glass containers and some wet tissue between them, and they applied current, electrical current, positive and negative, and to the negative electrode there was a release of hydrogen, to the positive electrode there was a release of oxygen. So it is like, and this is, they said that there were rumors, or I mean maybe it was quite real. I mean it's really, yes, it was real, sure. There was some health benefits for health from drinking this hydrogen water. This is hydrogen water, you see, it gets a little bit not so clear because calcium ions also migrate to the negative electrode, and then they react with hydroxide ion, and then we have calcium hydroxide in the water. Hydrogen plays a huge role in our universe. You know that it is the most common element in the universe, and our planet has a lot of hydrogen inside. This hydrogen migrates to the surface, and there is this continuous release of hydrogen from inside, and I should say that natural gas and oil is the result of this reaction of the hydrogen with carbon, and the same as coal. Also, it is when hydrogen goes to carbon, to the deposits of carbon, or it is carbides of metal. The hydrogen reacts with carbon, and then we have this natural gas, or in some cases it is oil. So oil is not bionic origin. It is not from past some dinosaurs or plants. It is just from hydrogen. Okay, so maybe I will make a video on it later on. So okay, if you check other photos, then you probably will find such regular ring structures at the surface. And the ring structures of soil subsidence, they go down in places where hydrogen jets emerge, are especially well visible on soils rich with humus, with carbon. And it turned out that that hydrogen destroys black humus, organic matter. And actually, now I'm at my farm, and I tell you that in that direction I have farm in here. It's 6 hectare, about 5 hectare actually. 5 hectare at the edge of the farm. I have the place, such a ring like this photo, maybe 15-meter diameter, and then it is completely all organics just disappeared. Nothing can grow in there. So only sand and clay. So it is real. It is everywhere. So you will find in your place also. In case of hydrogen release in the area of limestone deposits or coral reefs, deep, very deep sinkholes can occur. If it is coral reef, it is in Egypt, for example, there is such very deep hole that's 150 meters deep. And this is a photo in Guatemala. There was such sudden sinking of the surface, and five persons got dead in this So it is very common. It is very common. We have a lot of hydrogen. But what is also interesting, you know, in Catholic Church and Orthodox Church also, it is quite common to use so-called the special water, or it is holy water. They call it like holy water. This is the water they use in the temples for many purposes. So, but what is interesting, there was some research, and then this water in holy water is saturated with hydrogen. What is interesting, it is saturated with hydrogen. And also the atmosphere of air in the temples quite commonly saturated with hydrogen. Why? Because we can think that if it is church, old church, the people were maybe sensitive to presence of some gases in air, and hydrogen change our mind, and again some sensitive people can say, okay, this is a holy place, we have to make a church, and here we have to come here to worship God or whatever. Okay, so and then when you make a building with a roof, then hydrogen accumulates in the atmosphere because it is not escaping. It is not escaping to the upper atmosphere. It is accumulates, and we have high hydrogen content in air. And water gets saturated with hydrogen very quick, because hydrogen penetrates everywhere and very quick. So then this holy water, so-called holy water, is saturated with hydrogen, and it makes miracles. But hydrogen we have also in our body. The human body is inhabited by a complex community of microorganisms. This is called so-called microbiota, which contains 10 times more cells than the number of cells in the human body. And in total, it is mostly in our large intestine. It is more than 1 kilo by weight. Prebiotics, there are probiotics and prebiotics. Prebiotics are foods that when eaten, they stimulate the growth of beneficial bacteria in our guts. One of the first prebiotics studied in medicine was lactulose. Lactulose, it is disaccharide. It consists of monomer of glucose and pentose. Somehow we have no ferments to split it, and then if it goes to your gut, it makes some reaction, very fast release of hydrogen, of gases, and then especially if you take more than 60 grams of this lactose, you will get diarrhea. So that it was used in medical purposes to get the diarrhea. But also high amylose starch, or resistant starch, so-called resistant starch. I have a video on the resistant starch. It is not digested in the stomach. It is not consumed in our thin intestine. It goes into the colon, to our large intestine. So large intestine, it is from right side, from the right side, goes to the liver, and then to the stomach, and then again back and down. I mean. And a diet high in prebiotics changes composition of the microbiota by decreasing intestinal transit time. What is interesting? If you eat quite much of so-called fibers, fibers are prebiotics, and also this resistant starch, then bacteria are growing, they release gas, they also produce some kind of lubricant in your guts, and and also it makes some movement of the gut. So this colon, the transit time through the colon is changing, gets shorter, and it is good. It is good actually. Okay, so in the colon, bacteria consume carbohydrates. This is a so-called soluble fiber, and complex carbohydrates and resistant starch, and produce hydrogen as well as some byproducts. And first, there is some first product, it is hydrogen and short chain fatty acids. This is a primary products. And then next, there are other bacteria which can use this hydrogen and the rest of carbohydrates to produce carbon dioxide, methane, and hydrogen sulfide. Sulfide, it is from some residues of sulfur containing food like garlic and maybe some meat. And in total composition of the intestinal gases is such that there is hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and methane, and some amount of hydrogen sulfide. So, and hydrogen is produced up to 15 liters a day, and it penetrates very easy through the wall of the colon to our blood, the same as short chain fatty acids. So these primary products, they go to our blood and they are used by our body. Hydrogen goes with blood to lungs, and then it can be exhaled, it goes out, so you can measure amount of hydrogen in your breathing. So this is kind of, you can diagnose what we have. Do we have a lot of hydrogen produced or not? Okay, so it is recommended that to consuming 15 grams of resistant starch, this is the recommended dose. It is increasing the production of short-chain fatty acids and hydrogen, and reduces production of toxic hydrogen sulfide. So the hydrogen sulfide creates such rotten egg smell and methane also. This is a secondary product. Okay, this is ensured by restructuring the microbial flora in the large intestine, the reproduction of beneficial bacteria and suppression of the harmful ones. Again, the role of short-chain fatty acids is huge in our body. It is we need it so much. It is used for our brain. It is used for epithelium of our guts. It is used by our muscles. It is so beneficial substances that we need it. And then the tolerance of resistant starch is individual. Some people can consume up to 60 grams per day, even maybe more, without diarrhea or increased gas emission, flatulence. And since the hydrogen produced by the bacteria is removed through the wall of the colon to the blood, and then with respiration. Okay, this is the idea. So that again, if you, but okay, I mean, let's go. And okay, but what is interesting? You need some time to adapt your body to this, because you have to grow this beneficial bacteria, and we will discuss it later. Okay, but what is also interesting, what I was telling about so-called hydrogen water. So water saturated with hydrogen. So if molecular hydrogen dissolved in water, it penetrates through the cell membranes and acts as an antioxidant, neutralizing active forms of oxygen, or so-called in English it is reactive oxygen species, ROC. In Russian it is active forms of oxygen. Sorry, I didn't change it. The greatest healing effect is achieved for cases of heart attack and heart attack and stroke. So if you have any stress and you have this release of reactive oxygen species, then drinking of this hydrogen water somehow helps. It is a miracle, actually. A miracle, I will discuss it later. So what was observed? There were quite big research, And what was discovered that molecular hydrogen dissolved in water, then it is neutralizing this reactive oxygen species, or in Russian it is active forms of oxygen. And the greatest healing effect is achieved. Okay, this was this was already done. Sorry. Okay, but again, that it is very beneficial. It is quite strange again, because amount of the hydrogen dissolved in this water is maybe 10 milliliters, 100 milliliters maximum, and the release of hydrogen in our guts is 15 liters, so much more. But somehow this molecular hydrogen works, especially if you combine this and that it gives a big advantage for your body. So there was quite a big research in it. So people used molecular hydrogen in treatment of sepsis, and so they were, why, again, mechanism is not clear, because so little amount of hydrogen, but it seems so that it works like signal molecules, and in signal molecules in particular, it is it ignites maybe autophagy in the body. Okay, this is one explanation. So there were many research. I just give some references to recent publications. There was neuroprotective effects of molecular hydrogen. So the people with diseases in, like Parkinson disease and Alzheimer's disease, they if they drink this water, there was interesting effect. Why we will discuss. Okay, then again, mostly this research was done in China or Japan. It is not much. It's not in Western countries. But okay, but again, why? Well, people were just speculating what can be the reason why so little hydrogen dissolved in water changed so much in our body. Because they said maybe it works as like signal molecules and starts release of some hormones in the stomach, not in guts, because it already in the stomach. Because again, molecular hydrogen gets to your guts and then quickly go to your blood. But there is such hormone like ghrelin, and this is a hunger hormone, and maybe through this hormone or somehow. But what it, I also can speculate so that like release of this hormone makes movement of our guts more intensive, and we have food coming through more quicker, and then with this quicker movement of the food and all this what is inside, then this beneficial molecules procreate, and the harmful molecules are suppressed. This is again, it was shown in the publications. And with beneficial products, these short-chain fatty acids are produced, which are very, very beneficial for us, especially for Alzheimer's disease and especially for Parkinson disease. And then, so, and if you are healthy, again, if you're healthy, maybe you will not see any impact of this hydrogen water, because you're already healthy, you're already okay. You don't have much of this problem with reactive oxygen species. But Alzheimer is certainly the case, and if you have this reactive oxygen species somewhere in your body, then it works, it helps. So drinking this water rich in hydrogen somehow, I believe that through the release of more hydrogen in your guts, in your large intestine, then you get more short-chain fatty acids also. This is so important. Okay, then quite many publications. Also, the exercises change your gut microbiome. hydrogen production. Why? Because again, if you are moving, your guts are also moving, and then all the content is moving faster, and then this beneficial bacteria producing short chain fatty acids and producing hydrogen are preferential. And harmful bacteria are suppressed, because harmful bacteria, they produce secondary products. Primary products is hydrogen, molecular hydrogen, and short chain fatty acids. This is what we need. But we don't need that our fecal masses stay too long in our body. So it's even in past, people so drinking like castor oil to clean your guts from everything. So it's again, so even from long in history, people were understanding that we have to the food and all these masses should go quick through our guts, and then this hydrogen water somehow make your movement more quicker, and then you have this preferential growth of good bacteria. Okay, then, and also exercises also. Okay, then again, there was some speculation that molecular hydrogen protects against various kinds of oxidative stress diseases. This presentation will be available on the internet, so you can read these articles yourself. However, after chronic administration of hydrogen in drinking water, then this injury is significantly attenuated. Again, this is kind of mystery. So it is not dose dependent. So you drink quite little of this hydrogen water, and it already works. So you can drink this so-called holy water, and it has hydrogen. And then also it ignites, and so it makes miracles, like so little amount of dissolved hydrogen change so beneficial for your body. This is quite a miracle. But again, we can speculate that the result is such that you just produce more hydrogen and more short chain fatty acids if you drink this water with molecular hydrogen. Okay, then. Again, there was a research that mice were drinking this hydrogen water, and what was discovered that these beneficial bacteria are growing. If you give for 4 weeks such water to mice, then you have these big changes in your body, and in body of the mice, and also in your body. And the concentration of short chain fatty acids is higher in the blood, and certainly concentration of hydrogen is higher in the blood. So again, my opinion that again you have to use both. You have to use these fibers, or I use resistant starch. It is cleaner, it is easier and cheaper. I use up to more than 60 grams a day, so it's not a problem for me. But I started from 15 grams a day, from one big spoon of starch at morning, and then I was increasing, because this resistant starch, you can use potato starch. Potato starch is available in Western countries, it's cheap. But in tropical countries, tapioca starch or cassava starch is cheaper and more available everywhere. So I buy this product, and I use it up every day. Okay, there was some level about content of hydrogen in this mineralized water, and this, in this hydrogen water. Maximum 10 milligram per liter. I mean, it depends on pressure, and at atmospheric pressure it is quite a low amount of hydrogen. So again, it is kind of miracle. So this holy water somehow change, create miracle. It is changing transition time of these masses inside your guts, and then with this transition, with quicker transition of the masses, fecal masses, removing fecal masses, your body get benefits. So the harmful bacteria do not grow. You're not getting any toxins from them. You're not getting this hydrogen sulfide, and you're not getting other toxins from this. And so it is quite good, quite good. So this is what I do. This is what I do myself. Okay, then Parkinson disease, as I said, for any mental diseases and heart attack, it is very, very useful. There was publication, and they used it for rats and mice and humans, and it works perfectly. Hydrogen, so it is again so little amount of hydrogen dissolved in water, cannot change, cannot work as antioxidant, but it ignites a larger production of hydrogen in your guts. So if you understand it, you can combine both. Okay, then there was other research, and again Parkinson disease and production of hydrogen by gut microbiota and Parkinson disease. So if you consume enough of fibers and or resistant starch, then you have enough of them, this short chain fatty acids, enough of hydrogen produced, and it is very beneficial. Again, I would say this is, maybe I can speculate that people, vegetarians, they are so enthusiastic about pushing and recommending to follow vegetarian diet, because vegetarian diet has a lot of fibers. You consume a lot of fibers with vegetables, and the fibers are used in guts by this beneficial bacteria, and then it gives you advantage, so you feel yourself perfect for a while. I would say for a while, because we need a lot of protein, especially in older age. So what I use, I understand this, and what I use instead of the fibers, because it is again not so cheap to buy vegetables. Nowadays vegetables are full of pesticides, full of herbicides, full of other toxins. After very hard, very severe food poisoning, I stopped eating vegetables. Even if I have a farm, maybe from my farm I can eat some fruits. I have some mango trees and these palm trees, and also etc. So we have a farm, and not only this farm, we have other location also. And so I can eat sometimes, but seasonally, and I'm not so much excited about this. So it's so much easier to eat meat and fish and animal products, and but as animal products are they very easy, can be easily digested. There is no fecal mass in your guts, in your large intestine. And it is probably not so good. Probably not so good. If I will get this idea of the vegetarians also to get more fibers, then I would think what kind of fibers I can use. I have a video on it. So pectin, mushrooms, this resistant starch of various kinds. This is the way. This is the way. Maybe some some fruits like pumpkin. Pumpkin, it is a fruit because it has seeds inside. You can eat pumpkin, maybe if it is not sweet. If it is not sweet, fruits are maybe okay. Again, but again, somehow strange that again you buy these vegetables or fruits. They're 90% of water, some minerals, but they have no value, no nutrients. It's actually water. You buy water, but you pay almost the same money as for meat and fish. So why should I buy this junk? Some low value vegetarian food if I can buy high value, with high nutritional content meat and fish and use it. And but again, to accelerate, to shorten time transition in all these masses. and fecal masses and everything, so to shorten it, to make to grow beneficial bacteria in my guts, and to produce these short-chain fatty acids, which are also a source of energy, up to 15%, maybe even more, energy we can get from our guts, from our large intestine, if we consume enough of these fibers, or in my case, I don't eat fibers, I eat resistant starch, and then it is beneficial. So my idea is okay, drinking hydrogen-rich water for 4 weeks affects antioxidant enzymes in healthy men. So there was quite many publications and intensive research that molecular hydrogen dissolved in water beneficial. It somehow changes microbiome. Beneficial bacteria are growing, and it is so good for your brain, because brain beta will use these ketones, short chain fatty acids, and maybe middle long fatty acids like MCT oil from coconut oil, from coconuts. Okay, then again, the publications, earlier publication 2016, and that it is beneficial to remove this reactive oxygen species. And next, then this hydrogen gas dissolved in water can be used for therapy as a remedy. Okay, and again, so, and effect of electrolyzed water for brain. It is again scavenging all the reactive oxygen species, and it's beneficial. And okay, so again, I don't give any medical advice. I am doctor in physics. I have some interest in biology, and I am very much excited about extending lifespan, about to live longer, and if it is possible to rejuvenate my body. I started this project maybe about 15-16 months ago, and I'm changing my mind sometimes. So because I started the ketogenic diet, then I got that I cannot eat these vegetables, they are toxic. And I changed to carnivore diet, and I think better. And especially it is even I saving money. I am such a cheap charmy that I try to save money. And eating meat is saving time and saving money. Especially if you eat 1 meal a day, perfect. Carnivore diet is perfect. Now I'm a little bit lazy. I eat twice a day, at morning and evening. But again, it takes few minutes, okay, maybe 5 minutes to prepare some meat, or take from cooler meat and eat, or fish. So again, so it is my ideas. But again, what maybe next time I will show how to produce this hydrogen water, because it was demonstrated the combination of both. If you eat resistant starch, if you stay on the carnivore diet, and if you drink this hydrogen water, maybe at morning, then it will ignite a movement of your guts, and then you will defecate maybe quicker. And at morning, so the morning, coffee also, strong coffee is also beneficial. It makes, but coffee and chocolate, hot chocolate, something like this, can help to adjust your stomach, adjust your guts to work better. But if you supply enough of these fibers, okay, it's up to you to decide. Maybe you like vegetables, maybe you want to eat vegetables. For me, again, when I changed to the carnivore diet, even eating cucumbers, I am getting problems from eating cucumbers. I mean, if I eat too many, I mean, I have I feel that they are toxic. I feel not so well. So I stopped to waste my money on vegetables. So on the vegetable and fruits, no, I don't eat it. I eat only when in season where they grow in our farm. Like we have quite a few here, mango trees and other mango trees at home, and mulberry trees and other berries and fruits. So I eat sometimes, but again, it is saving time, saving your money. So, and the next time I will try to show this video about hydrogen water, how to make hydrogen water very easy, and how to drink it, and hopefully, if I will again, I want to start it drinking every day, and I will tell about my impression. Do I see any beneficial changes in my body from drinking this water saturated with hydrogen? But again, you see what I want to say again as a conclusion. Somehow we are focused on macronutrients like protein and carbohydrates and fats, but we don't see some important details like fibers, okay, or like resistant starch, or hydrogen, and we don't understand that eating fibers or eating resistant or consuming resistant starch in addition to carnivore diet is beneficial. So it makes you healthier, it gives you some energy. Okay, this is my conclusion. Have a wonderful day. See you next time. Ciao.